What else, we bro? Salvation. Hey, you got many minds. You think about salvation, get the dancing. My flesh vain. It's my heart not trouble, I won't pain. We trust in Abba. He the one that kill your problems. We thinking Abba. Now we know about that lava. The streets of gold, walking on that road. I can't sell my soul. Hell no, I'ma be the light everywhere I go. Ain't no vaccine up in the temple. The devil know that the most I dwelling in you. They trying to shoot you up, that should really offend you.
My cry for mercy as I call on you for help, as I lift up my hands towards your most holy place. I just wanna be worthy. I just wanna be
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Let's give all praises be to the Most High Yahweh. Once again, all praises be to the Most High Yahweh that He woke us up this morning, gave us life, breath, air, everything. And that we here today on the first day of the week to break bread. So with that being said, we want to give praises, honor, glory, esteem to the Ancient of Days, the giver of life, our Father Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shah. Shalom, peace and blessings. Shalom to all of the Akim out there scattered to the four corners of the earth, all the Akwatyam brothers and sisters scattered everywhere. Please do the ministry a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe and the bell so you can be notified when we go live. And if you believe in your heart and your mind and soul that this message is edifying, please share the message. Please share the message. That's what it's all about, to send out edification to our brothers and sisters that are scattered to the four corners of the earth. You can see what it is, what the lesson is going to be about. But as people are still kind of coming in and entering, I want to play a short video. Please, 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 I would encourage you. Please listen to the words that are being said on this video. Please listen to the words. It's so important. It's so important. I can't say it enough. Please listen to the words. And then we're going to dive in. I'm not going to keep you long on this first day of the week. But we're going to dive into the scriptures. As you can see, what did the 12, or Slakia, why did the 12 tribes scatter? Why did the 12 tribes scatter? That's what we'll be going into. So let me play this short video, and then we're going to come back, dive right into the scriptures as we always do. The water for being here, Malachium. Malachium, he says, big shalom, Malak. Let's go, Khan. I'm going to play this short video to give people some time, a little chance to still join in before we actually start the lesson. But once again, the water for being here on this first day of the week to break bread with the Akim, with the brothers, with the Akwatyam and the sisters, right? So let me play this short video, and then here we go. We're going to get started. Like I say, please listen to the words. And for those that are not here that may listen later on, please listen to these words. Let me pull it up. Here we go.
Why do they treat us so bad? Why do they do things just to make us mad? Why do they treat us so bad? Why do they hate us so bad? It's gotta be something deeper, deeper, deeper. It's gotta be something deeper, deeper. It's gotta be something deeper, deep, deeper. It's gotta be something deeper, deeper. It's gotta be. They said oppression drives the wise man mad. There's only so much he can take. Oh, so just take a look around you. You'll see so much mental destruction. And no matter how hard I try, I run into a broken system. This life we live has been a lie. We've been taught polluted information. They tried to cut us from our heritage, the greatest people who had ever lived. Why do they treat us so bad? Why do they do things just to make us mad? Why do they treat us so bad? Why do they hate us so bad? It's gotta be something deeper, deeper, deeper. It's gotta be something deeper, deeper. It's gotta be something deeper, deep, deeper. It's gotta be something deeper, deeper. It's gotta be. Have you ever wondered why they massacre our brothers? They cause us to hate one another, to make it hard to come together. It's never ever too late. We need to cry out. We need to be awakened from this strong delusion. We need to stop all this confusion and start a spiritual movement so we can turn back to our God. Why do they treat us so bad? Why do they do things just to make us mad? Why do they treat us so bad? So bad. Why do they hate us so bad? Why? It's gotta be something deeper, deeper, deeper. It's gotta be something deeper. It's gotta be something deeper. It's gotta be something deeper, deep, deeper. It's gotta be something deeper. It's gotta be. Could it be the melanin? Deeper. Could it be that we're stronger? Could it be our women? Deep. What could it be? Could it be our rhythm? Deeper. We got so much abilities and so many enemies. Deeper. We've been through so many pain. Oh, hey, somebody please tell me what's going on. Cause we can't even get some coffee, and we can't even watch a movie. We can't even buy groceries. Guilty walking, so they shoot us in the streets. We know that hate is really deep. We gotta be the chosen people. We've been through so much evil. I feel it in my soul. They kill us in our home. I feel it in my soul. Deep down in my soul. Whoa, yeah. Just the mere sight of us brings fear. And all it really takes is to have a conversation about the truth, about who we really are, and accept it.
Khan. I know it was long, but it was so powerful. So powerful. If you really listen to the words, if you really heard what was being said in the images, and a lot of those people that we showed in the video, or that was showed in the video, are deceased. For those that didn't see it, I'll play it again as I get ready to go out for the lesson. But yeah, a lot of those young men and some of those women that were showed in the video are deceased. Some are still alive, but some are deceased due to you know what it is. You know what it is. It's sad. So let's dive into the scriptures, man. Like I said, we're gonna go into this a little bit. All praises be to the Most High. Let's go to the book of Revelation real quick. Let me pull it up. Revelation chapter 3. I think actually 2. Revelation 2. I'm gonna go to Revelation 2. I'll go to that one. All right. Revelation 2 real quick. Revelation chapter 2. I'm gonna just get right to it. Here it is, verse 7. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Rakah saith unto the churches, the body. To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the tree of life, which is in the midst of the paradise of the Most High. And this is what we want, right? We want that tree of life, eternal life, that living water. That's what we want. That's the whole purpose, right? To get that. And we understand that was in the garden. We understand that was with Adam and when they fell and different things like that. But the main thing I want the brothers and sisters to do is hear this right here. For those that have an ear to hear, let them hear. So that's why I played that song. So you can visualize and see what's really going on in the world. And it's not just here in America, it's everywhere. There's nowhere that our people have not been tainted. Look what they doing to our brothers and sisters right now, with this ICE project and all of these things that's going on, taking our brothers and sisters, taking them out of homes, taking them out of school, taking them out of work, and putting them in these buildings, separating them from their families. The same thing that they did to who? Us. The same thing. It's the same thing all over again. We was talking about that earlier, Let's go here. Let's go to the book of Baruch, chapter 3 real quick. Book of Baruch, 1611 King James Bible. You got to understand, Hamashiach Yahushua was a revolutionist, right? That's what he was, and that's what we are. We're not going to stand for this. We're not going to bow down to these people. We're not going to give these people what they want, right? We're going to stand up for the Most High and His only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahushua, no matter what. I don't care if you say, well, I'm not all the way right. I'm still trying to figure some things out. I'm still not as I should be. You'll never be as you want to be. You'll never get to the point where you think you're good enough, because you never will be good enough. It's not of you. We are the grace. It's the gift from the Most High. So if you think you're not good, you never will be. Hamashiach Yahushua said he's not even good. There's none good but one, and that's the Most High. And once you understand that, just live for the Most High. Do the best you can do. And hope that one day you hear that, well done, my good and faithful servant. But never being for the Most High. When it comes to Him, never being, especially to your enemy. Don't bow the knee to your enemy. Your enemy is who? Hasatan. And you know who he controls. Let's go to Baruch, 1611, right? Chapter 3. Start at verse 1. O Yahweh, the Almighty, the Allah Shaddai, Allah of Yashar Allah, the power of Israel, the soul in anguish, the troubled spirit, crieth unto thee. Hear, O Yahweh, and have mercy, for thou art merciful, and have pity upon us, because we have sinned before thee. And we know He's merciful. We wouldn't be here today if He wasn't merciful. All praises be to the Most High that He is merciful, compassionate, long-suffering, all those things. Because we are very stiff-necked people, hard-headed, stubborn. Verse 3, for thou endurest forever, and we perish utterly. O Yahweh, the Almighty, the power, or something like you, thou power of Israel. Hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites and of the children which have sinned before thee, and not hearken unto the voice of thee, their power, for which cause these plagues cleave unto us. So you want to know why did the 12 tribes of Israel get scattered? Well, it's very simple. If you didn't know, it's because we sinned. We went against the very word, against the commandments of the Most High, against His covenant that He made with us in Exodus chapter 24, when He sprinkled the blood on the book, on the altar, and on the people, right? Verse 5. Remember not the iniquities of our forefathers, but think upon thy power and thy name now at this time. For thou art Yahweh our power, and thee, O Yahweh, will we praise. We're going to praise the Most High Yahweh, the Ancient of Days, the Giver of Life, the Taker of Life, our Father Yahweh. That's who we give all praises, honor, and glory to. Verse 7. And for this cause thou hast put thy fear in our hearts, to the intent that we should call upon thy name and praise thee in our captivity. For we have called to mind all the iniquity of our forefathers, all those sins that they committed, that sinned before thee. Verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. We're still in the land of our captivity right now, wherever you are, Jamaica, Haiti, Barbados, Mexico, Guatemala, wherever you are, Honduras, wherever you are, Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, Cuba, wherever you are right now, you are there because you were scattered. As you see right here in verse 8, it says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. The reason our people is in Brazil, the reason you in Cuba, the reason you in Puerto Rico, the reason you in the Netherlands, the reason you in London, in England, in Australia, in Japan, in China, in North Korea, in the Thailands, the Philippines. No matter where you are, the reason you are there is because that's where the Most High has scattered you due to the disobedience of his children. That's what it's talking about in verse 8. We are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us, the Most High scattered us, for a reproach, and a curse, and to be subject to the payments according to all the iniquities of who? Our forefathers, which departed from Yahweh, our power. That's why we were scattered. And we are living out the very curses of our forefathers because of what they did, because they sinned against the Most High and us, because we all have sinned. We all have broken the law of the Most High, his children, the children of Israel. We have sinned against our Abba. And that's why our brother came, Hamashiach Yahushua. Verse 9. Hear, Israel, the commandments of what? Life. Give ear to understand wisdom. That's why I said, for those who have an ear to hear, please hear. For those who have an ear to hear, please hear. Right? The Malachi will put Ecclesiastes 1 and 9, Good News Translation. What has happened before will happen again, Salakia. What has been done before will be done again. There is nothing new in the whole world. Nothing new, brothers and sisters. The water for that, Malachi. There's nothing new. As he says right here, history repeats itself. And that's what we have to understand, brothers and sisters. You know, we have to understand this. We have to come to an understanding that, as the Ak just said, history repeats itself. And this is what we're going through right now, today. And what do we need to understand? He's saying, hear Yashra Allah, Israel, the commandments of what? Life. Give ear to understand wisdom. How happened in Israel that thou art in thy enemy's land? Where are we at? We are in our enemy's land. No matter where you are, I just named off a bunch of places. Jamaica, Haiti, Barbados, Puerto Rico, Cuba, Mexico, Guatemala. Wherever you are, even if you're in the U.S., California, New York, Ohio, Florida, Washington, Oregon, up north, wherever you at, south in the Bay Area, Oakland, wherever you are there because you are in the land of what? Your enemies. That thou art waxing what? Oh, in a strange country. This is not where you're supposed to be. But this is where you are because what? Our forefathers sinned against the Most High. So this is where he has scattered us in this strange country. And I showed you the video. He said it got to be something deeper. That was the whole song. It got to be something deeper. Well, this is what it is, just deeper. It's written in the Qadash word, in the Qadash covenant, in the Holy Covenant, the book of the covenant. It's written right here. This is what's deep about it. It's telling you right here that the children of Israel were going to be where? In the land of their enemies. They were going to be waxing old in the land of their enemies. And it's going to be a what? Strange country, that thou art defiled with who? The dead. That thou art counted with them to go down into the grave. Thou hast forsaken the fountain of wisdom. For if thou hadst walked in the way of the Most High Yahweh, thou should have dwelt in peace forever. If our forefathers would have walked with the Most High and followed his commandments, they would have walked in peace forever. Verse 14 says, learn where is wisdom, where is strength, where is understanding, that thou mayest know also where length of days is, or where the length of days, and life, where's the light of the eyes, and peace. So brothers and sisters that's watching this and may watch this at a later time, I ask you right here where it says, learn where is wisdom. Where do we learn where is wisdom at? It's definitely not the wisdom of this world. So I don't care if you got a master's degree and a BA and a CA and a DDA. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the wisdom of the Most High. It says, learn where is wisdom. Where can we learn that at? Where is it at? Where can we search that out? And where is strength? Where is understanding? Where are these things at? Where can they be found, brothers and sisters? Where can they be found? It's important for you to know these things. The ox says, Deuteronomy 28:45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and they shall pursue thee and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hast not what? Hearkened unto the voice Yahweh thy power. Then he says to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. Sister Dorothy says, Shalom, Mashkapa, Shalom, back to you on the first day of the week, right? We breaking that bread, giving praises to the Most High, the only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahushua, the water for being here, the water. The question is, where is the wisdom? Where's the strength and where's the understanding? I gotta show you. There's some people out there who may not know. So those people out there who may not know, I'm going to show you where your wisdom, where your strength, where everything is. Let me show you where it's at, as it was shown to me. Here it is. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 6. Actually, Salaki, I always go to 6. Deuteronomy chapter 4. Deuteronomy 4. Let's go there. Here it is, brothers and sisters. For those who may not have known, you will know now. Like the Ak just put in there, the Malachium, what we just read, it says, behold, in verse 5, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahweh my power commanded me, that you should do so in the land, whether you go to possess it. Verse 6, keep therefore and do them. The Bible says right here, for this is your wisdom. So where can your wisdom be found at? That we're reading in the book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 14. Where can your wisdom be found? It's going to be found in his laws, statute, and judgments. This is why he says, keep therefore and do them. Why? Because this is your wisdom. Not the university, not the college, not the high school, not the junior high school, none of that stuff that you go to where they give you those false degrees that don't mean nothing, that piece of paper. It doesn't mean anything. But the true wisdom is right here. It says, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom. And Not only is it your wisdom, but and your what? Understanding in the sight of all the people of the earth. That's what it says. And your understanding in the sight of who? The nations. Nations mean people. That's all nations mean. Nations mean people. So this is your wisdom and understanding in the sight of all the people of the earth, which shall hear all these statutes. They will hear them and say, surely this is what? A great nation. Is a wise and understanding people. But you know what the world tell you today? You go to any church, any congregation, they tell you that these things are done away with. They were nailed to the cross. Those law, statute, and judgments, we don't need those anymore. Hamashiach Yahushai came, and now they are nailed to the cross. You don't need them. So what they're telling you is that you don't need your wisdom anymore. You don't need wisdom, and you don't need what? Understanding. So if you take away the law, if you take away the law, statute, and judgments and commandments, if you take that away, then you do not have wisdom and understanding. So imagine how many churches on these corners, congregations, don't have wisdom in them, and they don't have the understanding of the very word. Verse 7 says, for what people is there so great who have their power, the Most High, so nigh unto them? Well, if you throw his commandments away, he's not nigh to you. He's not dealing with you because you have thrown his word away. You said it's voided out. We don't need it anymore. So now he's not nigh there. He's not there no more. As Yahweh, our power. See, listening to our enemy, we have turned our face on our creator. Because you have listened to who? Your enemy. Because you have been scattered into your enemy's land. As Yahweh, our power is in what? All things that we call upon him. And what people is there so great? We were a great people. Listen to what it's saying. And what people is there so great that have statutes, judgments, so righteous? But you listen to that pastor in that church. You listen to that man in your congregation that said that those statutes, those judgments are done away with. You don't have to hearken to that anymore. But the Bible says that they're righteous. As what? It says, as this law, which I set before you this day. Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thy eyes have seen. And our people have forgotten. They have totally forgotten. When we try to express this to them and let them know, they have totally forgot everything which their eyes have seen. Unless what? They depart from thy heart all the days of thy life. But teach them, thy sons and thy sons' sons. Brothers are not doing that. The Akim, not all Akim are doing that out here. There's some Akim that are out here doing that. All praises be to the Most High. That there is some Akim that is out here doing that. All praises. But for the majority, no. This is not being taught within the household. Why? Because the men are not in the household. And if you could take the man out of the household that's supposed to show the way, that's supposed to teach his sons to show the structure of the house, then the house is what? Destroyed. Because the woman is destroyed, then the children are destroyed, and everything is destroyed. So I just wanted to show where we can find our wisdom and understanding. It's in Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 6. As you can see it highlighted right there. Let's go back to the book of Baruch real quick. I put Proverbs 4 and 2, King James Version. He says, for I give you good doctrine. Forsake ye not my law. He also put Joshua 1 and 88. It's not an 88, but he put 1 and 8. The book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night. That thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein for them. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and thou shalt have good success. Con. I love that in the book of Joshua. Matter of fact, let me show it on the screen because I always go to the book of Joshua, chapter 1. Let's bring it out. All right? Let's go there real quick. Right? I know I just read it, but I just want to show people so they can go there themselves one day, because it's powerful. It's powerful. This is what's going to make your way prosperous in this life, in this world. I believe he put 8. Yeah, I'm going to start at 7. It says, only be thou strong and very courageous, brothers and sisters out there that's listening, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law, which Moses my servant commanded thee. Now, anybody who know Joshua's name it's really not Joshua. Let's get that straight. His name is really not Joshua. Really, you want to know who this is? The Joshua is really Yahawashi, because his name was changed. And Moses changed his name to Yahawashi, which means salvation. The reason it means salvation is because he was taking the children of Israel into the promised land, because Moses couldn't do it because Moses was going to die. So that's why he changed his name to Yahawashi. But notice how they put his name in the Bible as Joshua, but then in the New Testament, they render Hamashiach Yahawashi name is Jesus. Ain't that something when it's the same name? Crazy. I'm telling you, these people be playing games, man. They be playing games. Verse 7, only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law, which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand and to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou go, no matter where you are. If you take heed to the Most High word, it says, no matter where you are, you will prosper. Verse 8, as the ox said, the Malachium. He said, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest what? Observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good what? Success. The pastor don't tell you that. The pastor don't tell you how you gonna have good success. He give you a prosperity gospel. He give you a feel-good gospel. And he don't want to tell you that you need to keep the book of the covenant, the book of the law. He says, no, you don't have to do that, and you still gonna get blessed. But if the Bible said in order to get blessed, in order to get barak in the Hebrew, that you have to keep the law, and you have to keep the book of the law, which is the book of the covenant, the old and the new covenant, and then you will have good success. So who is baracking these people in these churches, camps, and congregation if it's not the Most High? Well, we know it's Satan. It's the devil, Hasatan. And he's baracking them with things of this world, and they think because they get in things of this world that it's the Most High. And it's not. Verse 9, have not I commanded thee? Once again, brothers and sisters, Akim, Akwatyam out there, he says, have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid, brothers and sisters. Don't be afraid. Don't be timid. Don't be faint-hearted, right? Don't tuck tail and run. I know everybody can't be on the front line. You got soldiers that's on the front line. You got captains. You got soldiers. You got lieutenants. Yeah, I understand that. But it takes a real man and a real woman to stand up for the Most High, right? That don't mean you ain't going to stumble. That don't mean you ain't going to fall. Moses stumbled. Aaron stumbled. Some of his sons stumbled. Sometimes it might take death. But we see things in the Bible that even when man stumbled, even when they fell a little bit, they got up, they dusted themselves off, and they kept going. If Adam and Eve would have stopped when they got kicked out the garden and just had an old pity song, oh, we got kicked out the garden, we can't do nothing, we wouldn't even be here today. But they kept going. They kept pushing forward. Cain killed Abel. If it was all over with then, and they just say, hey, well, Cain killed Abel, that's it. That's the end of everything. That's all we could do now. Cain killed Abel, and that's it. No. Cain killed Abel. Okay. Eve had another son, Seth. Seth carried on where Abel left off and kept pushing for the Most High Yahweh. And then he had sons. And this is where we get Enoch, Methuselah, Jared, all of those sons of Adam. So don't be afraid. Neither be dismayed, for Yahweh thy power is with thee. The Most High is with us. He here with us right now. He said, where 2 or 3 or more are gathered, I'm there. I'm here. The Malachium is here. The Aqua Dorothy is here. And whoever else is here. It's maybe some, and like I say, it might be some Molochs around us, right? That the Most High Yahweh is with thee, whithersoever thou goest. Calm. All praises be to the Most High, man. All praises, you know. And like she said, please hit that button. Please hit that button, brothers and sisters. You know, calm. Hey, as long as they hitting it in truth, you know, like I say, the truth ain't for everybody. It's just for those who supposed to get it. That's why I started off this lesson with what? For those who have an ear to hear, please hear it. We have to keep pushing on. We have to, brothers and sisters. We have to. A lot of people don't want to push on, but we got to keep pushing on. Like I started off this lesson, for these that have those ones that have an ear to hear, this message is for you. It ain't for everybody, right? Once again, Baruch chapter 3, verse 14. Learn where is wisdom, where is strength, where is understanding. Brothers and sisters, I just showed you exactly where it is. You can find it for yourself in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 6. Let's continue on. Verse 15. Who have found out her place, or who have come into her treasures? Verse 16. Where are the princes of the heathen become, and such as rule the beast upon the earth? They that hid, or Salakia, they that had their pastime with the fowls of the air, and they that hoarded up what? Silver and gold, where man trust. Look at all of these people trying to talk about millionaires, and they, you know, they own Amazon and they're a billionaire, and Bill Gates, and, you know, listen, them people don't have nothing but destruction coming. Them people don't have nothing but destruction coming. They hoarding up this old fake money, gold and silver. The Most High is going to send his only begotten son back to destroy all that. And they're going to have to give it to him anyway. That's why I said in the kingdom, the gates will never be closed. Why? So that he that can bring all of their silver, all of their gold, all of their emeralds, all of their diamonds to who? Hamashiach Yahushua. All that stuff is going to be given to our brother, the only begotten son. So it don't matter. They just hoarding it up to give it to him. They don't even realize it. 18. For they that walk in silver and were so careful, and whose works are unsearchable, they are vanished and gone down to the grave, and others are come up in their stead. Yeah, those people that hoard all that money and all that, when they die, they give it to their kids or give it to a charity. And then other people come and just take it over and spit it all and give it away or whatever. Verse 20, young men have seen light and dwelt upon the earth, but the way of knowledge have they not known. Brothers and sisters, I'm trying to show you where the knowledge is, just as it was shown to me. The knowledge is shown in the wisdom and understanding in Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 6. That's where the true knowledge is. That's where the true wisdom is. That's where the true understanding is, brothers and sisters. It's in the Torah, in the first 5 books, which is the word of the Most High. That's when Moses went up on the mountain and spoke with the Most High for 40 days and 40 nights and received the word of the Most High and brought it back to the children of Israel and made that covenant, as I spoke about in Exodus chapter 24. Let me show you real quick. Exodus chapter 24. Let me just pull it. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I just want to show you. Right? Exodus 24. Let me get it real quick. Exodus 24 and 3. Let me make sure I'm sharing, because I'll be moving. I am sharing. Exodus 24 and 3. And Moses came and told the people all the words of Yahweh and all the judgments. And all the people answered with one voice and said, all the words which Yahweh hath said, we will do. And Moses wrote all the words of Yahweh and rose up early in the morning and built an altar under the hill for who? The 12 pillars. Not 13, not 14, not 15. It wasn't no added on pillars there. It was only 12. For what reason? According to the 12 tribes of Israel. The same reason it's only 12 gates to get into the kingdom, which represent what? The 12 tribes of Israel. Verse 5. And he said, young man of the children of Israel, which offer burnt offerings, sacrifice, peace offerings of oxen unto Yahweh. And Moses took half of the blood and put it in the basin. And the other half of the blood he sprinkled on the altar. And he took the book of the covenant, which is the Holy Bible that we say, the Kodash word of the Most High, and read it in the what? Audience of the people. And they said, all that Yahweh have said we will do and be what? Obedient. So because we have been disobedient after this, this is why the 12 tribes got scattered. Because they said it right here in Exodus 24:7, that we were going to be obedient. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people. Now they're entering into what? A blood covenant. Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people and said, behold, the blood of the covenant which Yahweh have made with you concerning all these what? Words. Everything that he stated. But when we go a few more chapters over to Deuteronomy 30, he tells us, right? I'm not going to read the whole thing. We're going to just get a little bit of it. Deuteronomy 30:1. And it shall come to pass when all these things come upon thee, the blessing and the curse. The curse is what? Being scattered. Which I set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among the nations, where the Most High, Yahweh, thy power, have what? Driven thee, where he has scattered you. And shall return unto Yahweh thy power, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that then Yahweh thy power will turn thy captivity. See? And have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the what? Nations, wherever he scattered you. Where Yahweh have what? Scattered thee. So why were we scattered? For those who don't know, the 12 tribes of Israel were scattered because the children were disobedient to the Father, Yahweh, the Almighty. In the Hebrew, the Allah Shaddai. Or some people might just say Shaddai, which just means Almighty. Verse 4. If any of thy be driven out unto the uttermost parts of Shemayim, from thence will Yahweh thy power gather thee, and from thence will he fetch you. No matter where you are, like I say, Philippines, Thailand, Australia, North Korea, South Korea, Japan, California, New York, Florida, South Carolina, Tennessee, Amsterdam. No matter where you are, the Most High said he's going to come and he's going to fetch thee. You see it right there. He's going to come and get you. Don't worry about it. He's going to come get you. And Yahweh thy power will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it. And he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers. And Yahweh thy power will circumcise thy heart and the heart of thy seed, to love Yahweh thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. And Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon who? You see it on the screen. All the curses that was on the children of Israel, now they're going to be put on who? Thy enemies. Thy enemies. So if the children of Israel are cursed right now to today in 2026, and he's telling you right here in Deuteronomy 30, when he come and gather you, he's going to turn that curse around and put it on all of the other people, the other nations, which are enemies of Israel. How are they going to be saved? It doesn't make any sense. And he tells you right here, listen, this is Deuteronomy 30:7. Please, brothers and sisters, break this down for me. And on them that hate thee. All those people that came after you, that persecuted you. You can render it in any text you want. New Living, NIV. Let's get the NIV. It says, Yahweh your power will put all these curses on your enemies who have hated you or who hate and persecute you. They oppress you. That's why I showed that video before I got started. You see it. And I'll show it again as I'm going out. Clear cut. You seen it in the video that I showed. You seen it. And I got another video that I'm going to show you. Please don't leave. Because when you see this one's going to blow your mind. Because they agree with exactly what I'm teaching. These people agree because they know the word and they know it's the truth. Unfortunately, people in this world want to say, no, that's not true. That's not true. Well, you don't know the Bible. You don't know the word. Verse 8, and thou shalt return and obey the voice of Yahweh and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day. And Yahweh thy power will make plenteous in every work in thy hand. Now, listen, I'm going to jump down a little bit. Let me jump down. Let me see. Is there anything else I want? Yeah, verse 15, real quick. He says, see, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil. So it was set before the children of Israel this day. They said they were going to do good, but as time went on, they fell into that death and evil. Verse 16, and that I command thee this day to love Yahweh thy power, to walk in his ways, to keep his commandments and his statutes and judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply. And Yahweh thy power shall bless thee, barak thee, exalt thee in the land whither thou goest to possess. But if thy heart turn away, which we know their heart did turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shall be drawn away and worship other deities, which they did, and serve them. 18 says, I denounce unto you this day that you shall surely perish, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land where you passed over the Jordan to go and possess it. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I set before you life and death, a blessing and a curse. So this is why the children of Israel were scattered to all of the other nations of the world, because it was a blessing or a curse. And we fell into the curse. It says, therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. Verse 20, that thou mayest love Yahweh thy power, and thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him. For he is thy life and thy length of days, and that thou mayest dwell in the land where Yahweh swore unto thy fathers, Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give to who? Them. They're over there fighting over that land. It don't belong to none of them. It belonged to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And Jacob's name was changed to Israel, and he had 12 sons, where you get the 12 tribes of Israel from. So I don't know what they're fighting about. Like I say, all this started back in Genesis, chapter 3. That's where it all stems from. The sister, the Dorothy, she said the level of greed and theft is incredible. If the Most High Yah ever gives me that kind of money, I will keep what I need and have I think it says reactment of Acts chapter 4. All praises. Uzi Yah says, Shalom, family. Shalom back to you, Tawada, for being here, Uzi Yah, on this first day of the week to break bread with the Akim, with the Akwatyam, the brothers and sisters, the water, right? Khan. I hear the same thing, sister. If I had that kind of money, hey, we'll be going nonstop every day, nonstop. And the brothers and sisters would definitely, like you said, Acts 4, will have somewhere to go. We will build a community. And anybody that wanted to come in and was really, 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 really want to give their life to the Most High and Hamashiach Yahushua, hey, you got somewhere to come now. You don't have to be in the world no more. You can come out of Babylon. This is Genesis 3:1, right? And we know this is when the fall came. Just reiterating that, hey, yeah, he set before them that day life and death in the book of Deuteronomy and Exodus and all those things. But it really started right here in Genesis chapter 3, right? Just as he said it before the children of Israel then, he said it before Adam and Eve right here. He made Adam, he made Eve, he put him into the garden. He told Adam before Eve was even there, don't mess with the tree, don't look at it, don't touch it, don't desire it, don't do nothing. And here it is in chapter 3. Now here come Hasatan, Satan. But notice he didn't come to Adam. Who did he come to? He came to Eve. And notice that when it happened, Eve handed Adam the fruit. And notice that the Most High was upset with who? Adam. Because even though Eve ate it, Adam could have still obeyed the Most High. Let me show you that. Let's go down here. Let me see. Verse 12, it says, and the man said, the woman whom thou gave to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. See, he said, she gave it to me. So then the Most High get at the woman. He want to talk to her. Look at what you done, right? But then in verse 18, let me see. Let me go down to verse 18. Verse 17, okay. Here it is. And unto Adam he said, this is the Most High speaking, right? He says, because thou hast what? Listen, hearken unto the voice of who? Your wife. See, Adam shouldn't have listened to the voice of his wife. He should have listened to the voice of the Most High. Who cares what she did? Yes, she ate it, but when she handed it to him, he should have knocked it out of her hand and said, I'm not going against the Most High. You ate it, but I'm not going to eat it. But he didn't do that. He ate of it too. And the Most High, that's what he said. Hey, we know she ate it, but you are the one who listened to your wife and has eaten of the tree. So he fell right then and that day because he was her head. As we know in 1 Corinthians 11, right? He was her head, but he listened to what she said. And because he listened to what she said, he fell. But the Most High had already told him. So he put his wife over who? The Most High. Similar to the thing that when we did it yesterday on the Shabbat, in the book of Acts, chapter 5, about Ananias and the wife. And it goes on to read, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake. So he cursed the ground. Notice he didn't curse Adam. He cursed the woman. He put a curse on the woman. And he put a curse on the devil. Right? He cursed them both. But notice he did not curse Adam. He cursed the ground, but he did not curse Adam. Now, Adam come from the ground, but he did not curse Adam. Why didn't he curse Adam? Because Adam was made in his image. And if he cursed Adam, then that would be like cursing his own self. That's why he said, curse is the ground for your sakes. Right here. For thy sake. I can't curse you because you are part of me. You know, I'm going to curse the woman and I'm going to curse that devil, that serpent. But because you are a part of me, I can't curse you, but I'm going to curse that ground. And then he tells you your punishment in sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. And ever since then, it's been sorrow for us. For the man, it's been sorrow. And as he says in 18, thorns, also thistles, shall bring it forth. Ever since that day. But I just want you to see that he didn't curse Adam. A lot of people think Adam was cursed. When I have these discussions with brothers, you know, and then we go back to them and they be like, oh, I never knew that. They be like, the whole time I thought Adam was cursed. But no, Adam was never cursed. The woman was cursed. That's why she has her flower and then she has her pain when she, you know, when she has her menstrual cycle and also when she gives birth to her children. That's part of her curses. But the man was never cursed. The ground was cursed for his sake. It's like the same thing for those who know. It's like the same thing on why the Most High killed all the firstborn of the Egyptians. Remember, in the word of the Most High, every firstborn male is supposed to be what? Gifted to the Most High. Every firstborn male is supposed to be gifted to the Most High. If you're a woman, Your firstborn son, that's given to the Most High. He's going to be a priest of the Most High. So you have to have another child or another son to be at home with you. But if you have your first son, that first son, it goes to the Most High. You don't keep him at home with you. You take him to the temple as an offering, as a sacrifice, which he's given to the Most High. And the Most High does what he wants to do with him. But instead of that happening, he put the Levites as a substitute. You know, for those who know, and for those who have an ear to hear, you know what I'm talking about. He put the Levites as a substitute as those firstborn children or those firstborn males. The sister Dorothy, she says, they started with the blame game. That's exactly what they did. Perhaps things would have been different had they both been humble and took responsibility for their own failure and choices. That's a good thing to look at, you know, because that's exactly what they did. Oh no, the woman you gave me, and she like, oh well, it was the serpent, and it was this, and it was that, but nobody wanted to take responsibility. You know, which shows us that we have to take responsibility for what? Our actions. It says, till this day, we don't like to admit when we're wrong and repent. We have to stop with the finger pointing. That's why I always try to tell people in my lessons, don't look at me, you know. And people be saying, oh, well, you're a teacher and you this and you that and all, you know. No. I'm just a vessel. We're all vessels. You have to understand the spirit, the rakah that's in us is from the Most High. The only reason I know anything is because of him. And he could take it away from me any day. Or he could take my spirit, take my rakah from me any day. We don't know anything. Paul said we only know half. It's like looking into a mirror that's cloudy. But people are so puffed up and prideful that they want to take the glory from the Most High and give it to themselves. You know? That's why I always raise my hand. I'm not perfect. I'm not. I'm not perfect. I do things wrong. I say things wrong. I go through things. But the thing about it is that when I look at myself in the mirror, I know that I'm not perfect. And I'm okay with that because I'm trying. I'm giving it a shot. I'm giving it what I got. And it may not be good enough for you, and it may not be good enough for that other person. It may not, sometimes it's not good enough for my own self. But at least I'm trying. Think about all of the other people that don't even want to try or gave up, throw in the towel, walk away. I just keep pushing forward and I keep going. As long as he wake me up, as long as he give me another day, I just repent and I keep pushing forward. I keep pushing forward. And I want the next day to be better than it was yesterday. That's all I can do. I can't make everybody happy. I try, but I can't. Because no matter what I do, it's never going to be good enough. It's never going to be good enough. Somebody going to be unhappy somewhere because they're going to be like, well, you could have did more. You could have did this and you could have did that. I know I probably could have, but I didn't. So, hey, if you want to look and you want to point the finger like the sister said and say, hey, you a failure, hey, okay. But I'm going to keep pushing forward. I'm going to keep going, you know. Let me show you this real quick. In verse 20, and Adam called his wife named Eve because she was the mother of what? All living, right? This is where life is going to come through now. And know the name is not really Eve, it's Hawa. But in this new age, you know, the way they pronounce it is they put a C in front of it. Let me see how they did it. Kahawa or something like that. How did they render it? And it's Yiddish that they speak. See how it says Hawa? Well, we say Yahweh, but they put a U in it. So it's like Ahua, right?
Strong's H2332. Cheva.
Oh, they using the V. But we know it wasn't no V in ancient Hebrew, right? We know it definitely wasn't no V, I mean. See, that's how they spelling it. So it really ain't supposed to be a C there, but they putting a C in front of the H. But really, it's supposed to be H, A, W, and then they put another V, A, H. But I just say Hawa, because that's where he got it from. The Most High name is Yahweh, and Adam called her name Hawa. Not Yahweh, because that's the Father, which means he exists, he is, right? But he named Eve Hawa, which means what? It tells you that she's the mother of what? All living, our life, our living. Why? Because life is going to come through her. She produced Cain and Abel. She produces sisters that are not really spoken about in the scriptures. But yes, Cain and Abel had sisters. They had multiple kids. It wasn't just 2 daughters. Adam had a lot of daughters, but they're not spoken about in Genesis. But yes, the Bible does say that Adam had multiple sons and daughters, for those who may not know. And you would be surprised. Some people don't even know. When I tell people that Adam had daughters, they like, no, he didn't. Where's that at in the Bible? Show me where it's at. And I'm like, how do you believe in the Bible when you don't know that Adam had sons and daughters? 21. Unto Adam also and to his wife did Yahweh the Most High make coats of skin and clothe them. And Yahweh the Most High said, behold, the man is become as one of us to know good and evil. And now lest he put forth his hand to what? That tree of life. So they didn't get kicked out of the garden because they ate the fruit. They got kicked out of the garden. Why? Because the Most High did not want them to eat from that tree of life and live a life of what? Downfall. You see, having a conversation, he says, and they take what? Also of the tree of life and eat and live forever like this. Because right then and there, well, even before, the Most High knew he had a place of what? Redemption for them, for all of us. But we could never be redeemed if Adam had took from the tree of life, because we would have to live like this forever. So he had to get them out of the garden so Adam and Eve would not eat from the tree of life. Therefore, Yahweh sent him forth from the garden of Eden to till the ground, right? Verse 24 says, so he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the garden a cherubim and a flaming sword, right? Cherubim is just a malach. He's just an angel, which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. So he had to protect the tree of life so that Adam and Eve, or however you want to say it, wouldn't go back and get to the tree of life, because they would have stayed and we would have to live a life like this forever in this sinful flesh that we're in. But the Most High knew that. He knew he was going to send his son way back in Genesis, before it was even written and all. He knew he had a plan of redemption to redeem his people and all these things. This is why he had to put them forth out of the garden and say, no, they got to go, because they can't be around the tree of life. For those who didn't know. Sister Dorothy says, Khan, I'm far from perfect, but like you said, I keep trying to hold on to who? Abba, Yah, and Yahweh Shai Hamashiach Khan. That's all we can do. Believe it or not, like I show you all the time, he says right here, Mark, I showed it on the Shabbat, but I'll always go back and show it, right? Mark 2:17. Yahweh Shai heard it. Here it is on the screen. Let me show it in the comparative text. Right? Probably put it in the comparative text. In the NIV, it says, on hearing this, Yahweh said to them, it is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. Right? I have not come to call the righteous, but the sinner. And see, people got it mixed up. They be thinking like, oh, I'm going to come to the Most High, or I'm going to come to Hamashiach Yahweh once I get right. No, he came for the sinner. He came for the one that's broke. He came for the one that's sick, that don't have it together. that's trying to figure it out, but it's willing. What did he say? The flesh is weak, but the spirit is what? Willing. As long as you willing, like the sister said, I'm far from perfect, but hey, every day I get up and I try again. And I want the next day to be better than the last day. But if it don't work out that way, hey, and he give me another day, I'm going to wake up the next day and keep pushing forward. Nobody is perfect. The only one that was perfect was Hamashiach Yahushua. And even he said he ain't perfect in Mark 10. And he was, if he could have said that, but he said, no, I'm not. Mark 10. Let me see. Let me get it. Hold on. Give me. Oh, this Matthew. Mark 10 and 17. He says right here, right? And when he was gone forth into the way, there came one running and kneeled to him and asked him, Good master, what shall I do to inherit eternal life? And Yahushua said unto him, Why callest thou me good? This is the only begotten Son that laid down his life for us. He's telling this man, why you calling me good? Hold on. Don't look at me and call me good. But see, a man on this earth won't tell you that. He gonna love that praise. He gonna shake your hand. He gonna give you a hug and say, "Oh, brother, thank you for that." No, instead of correcting that man and say, "Hey, brother, I'm not good. I'm just like you, brother. I got my ups. I got my downs. I got my faults. I got my good. I got my bad. I'm working out my own salvation just like you are, brother." And that's what men should do. But see, men like the praise of other men. That's why I correct a brother right then and there when he tell me, "Oh man, you had a good lesson," or "Oh, you did teaching good, great today," and I didn't do nothing. Don't give me no praise. I'm the same as you. I'm no higher than you are. We on the same level. Hamashiach Yahushua, the only begotten Son, our brother and friend, he says right here, there is none good but one. That is who? The Most High, the Father. There's only one that's good. Just one. Not two, not three, not a trinity. It's only one. And that's who? The Father. That's who you look to. You want to say somebody good? He is good. You want to say somebody had a good lesson, they had a good teaching, you give praise to the Most High that through his rakah, through his spirit, that it touched that man to come forth with that lesson. You say, all praises to the Most High. I know if it wasn't for the Most High, we wouldn't have received that message from on high today. The man is just a vessel. He gonna die like a man. He gonna feel like a man. He gonna get sick like a man. Yeah, we have some great men that did great things, but listen, all praises goes to the Most High. And we see that from his only begotten Son. He says there's none good but one, and that's the Father. And that's who I point people to, the Father. Now, let me show you this real quick before we get ready to get up out of here. Genesis chapter 6, why the world got destroyed, right? We all know this, why the world got destroyed, right? This is why the Israelites got scattered. Genesis 6 and 5. And the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of their thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. That's how wicked the world got. There wasn't anybody trying anymore. There wasn't anybody saying, hey, the next day I want it to be better. I'm going to dust myself off, repent, and ask for forgiveness and move forward this next day or next week. They didn't have a plan. They didn't even think of the Most High anymore. It said it was only evil continually. There were no thoughts of righteousness in the earth at all. But hold on. Verse 6, it says, it repented Yahweh that he had even made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. Verse 7, and Yahweh said, I will destroy man whom I have created from off the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creepy thing and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of Yahweh. Why did Noah find grace? Out of all the men that was left from Adam and Hawa, because we know Cain had his children, which are the devil's children, Satan's children. But Seth had his children, right? Jared, Mahalalel, all of those people, right? And they had sons. This is how you get to Enoch, how you get to Noah. But Noah found grace. So out of all of the sons of Adam, the only one that was chosen at this particular time, because everybody else was about to die and Enoch was about to get taken to go with his only begotten son, the Most High chose Noah. I believe it was only like Noah, Enoch, Mahalalel, because Jared was dying if he wasn't dead already. So Noah was chosen and he found grace. It says, these are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man, which means a righteous man. So it was only Noah really and Jared, Enoch, and those few men that was in the earth. You're talking about a handful of men out of all the people in the earth that was just in his generation. And Noah walked with the Most High. It's telling you. And Noah begot 3 sons, right? And this is where we get all of the nations from after the flood, right? Shem, Ham, and Japheth. It says that the earth also was corrupt before Yahweh, the Most High, and the earth was what? Filled with what? Violence. Nothing new under the sun. Same thing as it is now. Filled with what? Violence. And the Most High looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt. For all flesh. It was only Noah. And I gave you who else. But all the other flesh that was in the earth had what? Corrupted his way upon the earth. And the Most High said to Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me. For the earth is filled with what? Violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth. So it's the same thing. Like the ox said earlier, nothing new under the sun. Just as he destroyed the earth, then it's the same reason why the children of Israel got scattered. Just as he destroyed the earth with the water, now he said when he comes back, or he sent his only begotten son, Hamashiach Yahushai, when he comes back, he going to destroy the earth with what? Fire. Same thing. Let's get that real quick. Peter. Second Peter 3. Sister Dorothy said, all praises to the Most High, because I couldn't live like this forever. Honor and glory to Abba Yah forever. Come, all praises. You know, all praises. Here it is right here, 2 Peter 3. Peter says right here, that this second epistle, beloved, I write unto you, and both which should stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance, that you may be what? Mindful of the words which were spoken before by the Qadash prophets, and of the commandment of us, the apostles. Oh, before I go here, because we're going to close out in a minute. Before I close out with this, right? 2 Peter 3:3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last day scoffers walking after their own lusts and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High, the Shemayim were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, talking about the flood, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. But the Shemayim and the Arataza, the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved of what? Fire. There it is, against the day of what? Judgment and perdition of what? Ungodly man. So this time, he's going to do it with fire. Last time he did it with water, but this time he's going to do it with fire. Peter says, beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Most High Yahweh 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is as one day. The Most High Yahweh is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but in long suffering towards not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to what? Repentance. That's why I say, brothers and sisters, just repent, ask for forgiveness, wake up the next day and try to live better. The Most High know your heart. But look, let me show you this real quick. That everything that we say, just to show you that these people agree. I don't agree that they're the real people, but it's going to show you, and they're going to tell you out of their own mouth why all the other nations were created. So for those who have an ear to hear, please hear this. Watch this. Watch this one. Watch this one. This is out of their own mouth why the other nations were created. People say these other nations going to be saved. Watch this. Pay close attention. Here it go. Listen now, closely. Watch this.
רגע, אני רוצה, רגע. אוקיי, אז השאלה...
תגיד שלא.
אתם קוראים מודון...
הם חיות. הם קוראים בהמות, כתוב, אתם קוראים מודון ואין הם קוראים מודון.
זהו, אבל לא הם בהמות.
נכון, לא כתוב שהם בהמות.
אבל יש איזה הסבר על זה, נכון? למה הם... רגע, זה מה שאני רוצה להבין. רגע, שקט. אז מי, כן, מה כתוב? זה מה שאני לא מבין.
כתוב שאתם קרויים אדם, והגויים לא קרויים אדם, זה מה שכתוב.
לא קרויים?
לא קרויים אדם, לא קוראים להם אדם.
You heard what he said? If you're not a child of Israel, you're not even considered human. We don't call, you see it on the screen, we don't call them human. So what are the other nations then if they're not humans? What are they? Listen to what these people are saying.
אוקיי, אז מה קוראים להם?
אדם זה הדמה לעליון.
אדם הוא בן אדם שהוא שונה מהבהמה. אם הבן אדם עושה את מעשה הבהמה, אז הוא כמו הבהמה, מה זה שווה? כל בן אדם צריך לשלוט על עצמו. זה היהודים שולטים על עצמם. אם היצר אומר להם לעשות דבר והם לא עושים, אז הוא בן אדם.
אוקיי, אבל יש מישהו שהוא לא יהודי, שעושה מה שצריך, הוא בן אדם או לא בן אדם?
צריך לעשות דברים נורמליים, בדרך כלל הם עושים, הם יכולים להרוג אנשים, שלא רואים אותם. יהודי לא ירוג יהודי, אפילו שלא רואים אותם. אם אחד גוי, כן?
אבל יש יהודים שהורגים יהודים.
יש.
יגאל עמיר, רבי פופר.
יהודי שמתנהג כמו יהודי, ודאי יש יהודים שלא מתנהגים גם.
אוקיי, אבל רגע, מה שאני לא מבין, זה כל הגויים הם איך קוראים?
שנייה, אדוני.
אני
יכול להגיד לך משהו?
אם יש להם...
You seen it on the screen. I hope y'all paying attention. He said, anyone that's not a real Jew, a son of Israel, because he ain't either, but he's telling you what the Torah says. Anyone, yeah, hey, Uzi Yah said they telling on themselves. They telling on it. God, all right, God. Listen, he said anyone is really not a Israelite, that they're considered what? Animals. Animals. It says they have what? No direction. Why? Because they don't know the ways of the Most High Yahweh. That's why. I'm gonna keep on playing.
אדם זה על שם הדמה לעליון. אדם זה כביכול הדמה לאלוקים. אוקיי? זה פירוש אדם. אנחנו הפכנו את זה, זאת אומרת העם הפך את זה. האדם בן אדם, כמובן אתה בן אדם, אתה צריך להתנהג כמו בן אדם. אבל בעיקרון זה על שם עליון. אדם זה הדמה לעליון, וכיוון שאנחנו פנים של אלוקים, אז הוא קרא לנו בני אדם. עכשיו, הגויים מה שאין, כן? אלוקים עשה אותם בשביל שיעשו פה...
בשביל לשרת את היהודים.
You heard what he said, Did you hear that? Let me just make sure you heard what he said. He said that the Most High created all the other people of the earth to serve the Israelites. That's what they said out of their mouth. So when they say, oh, the Israelites be saying things hateful, no, because that's what's written in the Bible. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to rewind it just a little bit so you can pay attention. These people, like the ox said, they telling on themselves, but they know exactly what the word really says. Watch what he says. Pay close attention. Here it goes again. Here it goes. Let me make sure I'm sharing. Okay, all right.
אדם זה על שם הדמה לעליון. אדם זה כביכול הדמה לאלוקים. אוקיי? זה פירוש אדם. אנחנו הפכנו את זה, זאת אומרת העם הפך את זה, והאדם בן אדם, כמובן אתה בן אדם, אתה צריך להתנהג כמו בן אדם, אבל בעיקרון זה על שם עליון, אדם זה אדם אל עליון, וכיוון שאנחנו בנים של אלוקים, אז הוא קרא לנו בני אדם. עכשיו, הגויים מה שאין, כן? אלוקים עשה אותם בשביל שיעשו פה...
בשביל לשרת את היהודים. כל הגויים שאתה רואה שיש בעולם, המיליארדים האלה, הם הכל רק בשביל שהיהודים יהיה להם...
You see it on the screen. I just had to freeze it so you could see it. All the people that are not Israelites, what he's saying, even though this man is not, because he's just saying Jews. Jews is only one tribe, which is the tribe of Judah, right? He said all the people around the world, they exist just for the Jews' benefit, which will be just for the Israelite, the true Israelites' benefit. That's why those people were created, for servitude to who? The Israelites. They're saying it. We don't see it, so we don't know exactly. They're saying it out their own mouth.
כן, היות ואנחנו בגלות, אז אוטומטי עדיין הם עוד לא משרתים אותנו לגמרי, רק חלקי.
He said we're still in exile, so they're not serving us completely right now. They're not only, you see it on the screen, only partially. Man.
כל אחד יהיה לו, כשמשיח יבוא, אז כל אחד יהיה לו כמה...
He says when the Messiah comes, this is what they said, when Mashiach Yahushua comes, that they will have thousands and hundreds of servants. That's what they're saying. They will have thousands and hundreds of servants from other nations. There it is. You seen it. Dang, I wanted to freeze it right before it went. Let me see if I can get it again. It said, let me see what I'm at. 13. 2,800 slaves. That's what he says. 2,800 slaves. That's what an Israelite will have. One Israelite man will have 2,800 slaves to serve him when the Messiah comes. Hamashiach Yahushua. All praises be to the Most High Yahweh. Call Allah Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Yahushua Barakatam.
בינתיים, המשיח לא כאן, אז איך הם משרתים אותנו?
הם בונים לנו רכבים, דירות, בניינים, הם בונים את זה, לנו.
You heard what he said. They build our cars, they build our buildings, they do all that. They're in servitude right now. Who built up all the world? We did. We did. These people are claiming to be the Jews, but we built up everything. So when the true Messiah comes, he's going to turn it around. And these people that you see are going to be in servitude, and they're going to build up the kingdom for us. Who do they build for? You see it on the screen. It says us. They serve who? The Jews. They're not the real ones.
בוא תשמע, לא, תראה, בוא אני רוצה להגיד לך איזה משל. יש בן אדם שמפחד מהאלוקים, כן? ויש אחד, שניהם לא עושים את הדבר הזה, יש אחד שהוא מפחד מהמשטרה. כשהמשטרה לא נמצאת, אז הוא עושה מה שהוא רוצה, זה נכון? יש אנשים אינטליגנטים, אוכלים ככה יפה וזה וזה וזה. פעם הייתי בחתונה, הייתי ילד, אכלתי ככה מהים. זאת אומרת, תעשה חילול השם. רואים, בן אדם חרדי, אוכל כמו... אמרתי לו, תשמע, על מי אתה רוצה שנעשה פה קידוש השם? אלו שמסביבי, הם רק בחתונה הם אוכלים יפה. בבית הם ניגשים לסיר, אוכלים. אני לא אגש לסיר ככה לקחת, ככה לאכול. אבל שאני מתנהג בשבילי. אתה מבין? בשבילי אני מתנהג כמו בן אדם.
ואתה לא חושב שגויים גם עושים אותו דבר? רגע, כמה גויים אתה מכיר?
Anyway, you know, you get the gist of what I'm saying. You get the gist of everything. The sister says they are always saying blasphemous things, calm. And then she also says, you should see them reports from Maccabees TV. Shake my head, calm. I just want to show a little something, you know, because people always say what we teach is hateful and this and that, but we're just telling you what's written in the Bible. We're just telling you the very word of the Most High. And you've seen it on the screen. Not out of my mouth, but out of these men's mouth. Right here. On the screen. They saying it themselves.
אני לא מכיר אישי, אני לא מכיר גויים. לא רוצה להגיד.
מאיפה אתה יודע? כי אמרו לך, לא?
אני רואה עיתונים.
רואים איך שהם מתנהגים, הם לא מתנהגים כמו יהודים.
את ההורים שלהם.
איך
יהודי צריך להתנהג, לראות את השני שהוא גם יהודי. לראות את הלב שלו שהוא גם יהודי. אבל הגוי הזה לא עושה את זה.
גם כן בוא תשמע עוד דבר. יש דברים שאנחנו גם כן לא מבינים מה שכתוב, זה אמת.
מה?
הנה, שבוע שעבר.
יש דברים שזה כתוב, ואנחנו לא יודעים בדיוק מה הפשט בזה.
Basically, they saying if you don't know the Torah, even though they believe in the Mishnah and all these things, they saying if you don't believe in the Torah, you don't know nothing. You know, but all praises be to the Most High Yahweh, that we have that understanding. We know what's really written. We know what it says. All praises be to the Most High. The sister Dorothy says, Hallelujah, Yahweh Shai knows our tribulation and poverty. He is going to make those people bow down, Khan, and know that we are loved by the Most High Yahweh Khan. All praises be to the Most High Yahweh. Listen, before I close out, brothers and sisters, I'm going to play that video again of that song. But before I close out, let's go to James real quick. Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, brother. So for those who didn't know why the 12 tribes were scattered, hopefully this helped you on this first day of the week to break bread. Hopefully it shows you. And like I said, if you think that this message is edifying, please share it with someone. This is James, right? Hamashiach Yahweh Shai's brother. It says, James, a servant of the Most High Yahweh the Father, and of the Adon, the Master, Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. To who? Who is he speaking to? Who is this letter addressed to? It is addressed, this epistle is addressed to who? The 12 tribes of Israel, which are scattered abroad. He's saying greetings. Greetings, my brothers, James. Greetings, brother. The water for this letter, the water for this epistle. He said, my brethren, all of the Akim out there, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptation, knowing this, that the trying of your faith work in patience. This is why I say, no, you ain't perfect. I ain't perfect. But you keep going. You keep striving. And hopefully by the day he come and take his rakah back, you can be let in and say, well done, good and faithful servant. It's telling you right here, count it all joy, all the temptation, all the things that you fall into, all the things that you go through, the ups and downs, the struggle, the trials, the tribulations, the fire, the furnace. He said, count it all joy, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience, but let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. If any man lack wisdom, let him ask the Most High, that giveth all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith, not wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. For let no man think that he shall receive anything of the Most High Yahweh. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Do you believe in the Most High or don't you? Let the brother of a low degree rejoice in that he is exalted. It's okay, brother, if you low. That's what I keep trying to tell you. It's okay if you ain't got it right. Stop playing the blame game, pointing fingers. It's okay to say, I don't have it right. I don't have it all together. I don't know everything. But we want to have, everybody want to be puffed up and, say, I know it all. I got it all. Everything is perfect. Well, no, in my world, in my life, it ain't perfect. Some days I feel sad. Some days I feel happy. Some days I cry. Some days I just don't know. I never throw in the towel of the Most High, though. I don't care how far I'm gone from the Most High. I don't care how deep I fell. I never turn down the word. Never. I keep the word near and dear to me, because that's all I got. It's him and his only begotten son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, and whatever they give to me. All praises be to him, All praises be to him. listen, hopefully this message was edifying. You know, we can keep going, but I'm not going to make it no longer. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. If you want more, email me, let me know. I'll break it down. We can go into whatever you want to go into. But all praises be to the Most High. Uzi Yah said to the Sister Dorothy, 100, right? She also puts right here, Revelations chapter 3, verse 8 and 9. Barakatah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Mashiach and Kwam Yasharallah. Let me get that real quick on the screen for you, Sister Dorothy. Revelation 3:8. Let me just see. Let's just go there. Just to show people, for those who don't know, Revelation 3, verse 8. Right? This is the book of Revelations, chapter 3, verse 8. She wanted 8 and 9. 8 and 9. Here we go. I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. For thou hast a little strength, and hast kept my word, and hast not denied my name. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, Hasatan, which say that they are what? Jews, and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come out and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee, the true children of Israel. My brothers and sisters that scattered to the four corners of the earth, I salute you on this first day of the week as we break bread to show why the 12 tribes were scattered. Not just the Jews, but all 12 tribes. All 12 tribes. And those people claim that they the Jews, but listen, let me tell you, the Jews are just one tribe. What about all of the other rest of the tribes? Issachar, Naphtali. What about all of those? Anyway, Uziah says, so true. We have to keep fighting for him because I pray daily that I be so blessed to hear the words. Salakia, job well done, my servant Khan, all praises. That's all we all want to hear. That's all we all want to hear, you know? So, hey, I just give praises to the Most High Yahweh, the water for waking us up, the water for being here, all of the Akim that's here, and all of the sisters that are here, the Akwatiam. Like I say, if you believe it's edifying, it can help somebody in some type of way, please share it with them, because what good is it to have a light? What good is it to have a candle and hide it? You know what I mean? Let's get it out there to edify our people, brothers and sisters. You know, once again, join me on the 3rd day, the 5th day, and on the Shabbat. All the classes this week will be at 6 p.m. my time, Pacific Standard Time. So please join me on the 3rd day. If you don't know what the 3rd day is, that'll be Tuesday. And on the 5th day, if you don't know what that is Thursday. And then, of course, Shabbat class is on at 12 on the Shabbat. I'm going to play this video, the water for everybody being here. And I say, Kwam Yasharallah, brothers and sisters, stay focused, stay alert, give praises to the Most High. And his only begotten son, Hamashiach Yahushua. And with that, I'm going to say, Kwam Yasharallah. And I'm going to show this video again as I showed it coming in. It got to be something deeper, brothers and sisters. And we know what it is. I just showed you. We went over it. With that, I'm going to say shalom. Enjoy the video. And I'll see you on the 3rd day of the week. Here we go.
Why do they treat us so bad? Why do they do things just to make us mad? Why do they treat us so bad? Why do they hate us so bad? It's gotta be something deeper, deeper, deeper. It's gotta be something deeper, deeper. It's gotta be something deeper, deep, deeper. It's gotta be something deeper, deeper. It's gotta be. They said oppression drives the wise man mad. There's only so much he can take. Oh, so just take a look around you. You'll see so much mental destruction. And no matter how hard I try, I run into a broken system. This life we live has been a lie. We've been taught polluted information. They tried to cut us from our heritage, the greatest people who had ever lived. Why do they treat us so bad? Why do they do things just to make us mad? Why do they treat us so bad? Why do they hate us so bad? It's gotta be something deeper, deeper, deeper. It's gotta be something deeper, deeper. It's gotta be something deeper, deep, deeper. It's gotta be something deeper, deeper. It's gotta be. Have you ever wondered why they massacre our brothers? They cause us to hate one another, to make it hard to come together. It's never ever too late. We need to cry out. We need to be awakened from this strong delusion. We need to stop all this confusion and start a spiritual movement so we can turn back to our God. Why do they treat us so bad? Why do they do things just to make us mad? Why do they treat us so bad? So bad. Why do they hate us so bad? Why? It's gotta be something deeper, deeper, deeper. It's gotta be something deeper. It's gotta be something deeper. It's gotta be something deeper, deep, deeper. It's gotta be something deeper. It's gotta be. Could it be the melanin? Deeper. Could it be that we're stronger? Could it be our women? Deeper. What could it be? Could it be our rhythm? Deeper. We got so much abilities and so many enemies. Deeper. We've been through so many pain. Oh, hey, somebody please tell me what's going on. 'Cause we can't even get some coffee, and we can't even watch a movie. We can't even buy groceries. Guilty walking, so they shoot us in the streets. We know that hate is really deep. We gotta be the chosen people. We've been through so much evil. I feel it in my soul. They kill us in our homes. I feel it in my soul. Deep, deep down in my soul. Deep. Whoa, yeah. Deeper. Just the mere sight of us brings fear. And all it really takes is to have a conversation about the truth, about who we really are, and accept it.